guys, how are you?
What's
Hi,
up,
every.
Sharrell?
Hey, Perry, how you doing?
I'm chilling, you know. What's up,
Long
everybody?
time no see. It's been 2 whole minutes.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Today's Friday.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's Friday.
Oh, today's not Friday.
It's Friday. 'Cause I
It's
watched Thursday night
Friday.
football yet last night. Yeah, it's
Oh
Friday.
my gosh, today's Friday, the 4th of August. My goodness. Oh, okay. So I got an important meeting. Oh my God, everything. I'm just off. My days are off. Okay, you guys. Hi, everybody. How are you today? Today, we're going to talk about the lawsuit that could break Bravo that needed to happen. It needed to happen. I'm not going to be fake about it. Also, too, I want to say a couple things. It's so much to cover. I just speak from the heart. I'm not asking you, anybody in the chat, to believe what I believe. We're all entitled to our own opinions, but this lawsuit has been a long time coming. So it's 34 pages long. It's long. It's very, very. No, I'm sorry, 6 pages long. The letter is 6 pages long, and it entails a lot. But basically, what it highlights is first, Brian Freeman is the attorney for the victims, because they don't name names yet. They do not name names. And Mark Geragos. Mark Geragos is a huge attorney. I think he represented Michael Jackson, a lot of people. Do you hear an echo, Perry?
I don't.
Okay.
If anybody in chat hear an echo, let me know.
He's represent a lot of people, and he means business. So it's a lot going on, but the main things, I narrowed them down to the most important things. They're claiming that current and former cast members of its reality TV shows. So right there lets you know it's Bravo that with the problem. They included NBC, Universal, because they're the boss. Okay, but for their reality TV shows have been tormented. It says there's been allegations of producers deliberately serving alcohol to manufacture their mental inability. I thought that was just a given. I thought everybody knew about that. They've been doing that since day one. They should have. That's why I say this is a long time coming. Distributing or condoning the distribution of non-consensual pornography. I don't even know if I can say the word. What? They are saying that there's been distribution, handing out of non-consensual pornography.
Wow, I guess they get them in the mood. Feed them a little drinks, a little this, little freakiness, and it's all
and covering up acts of sexual violence. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy. Also distributing of revenge pee. Okay. Also, non-consensual pornography in connections with cast members. This gets really, really good. Alleged sexual violence perpetrated by or against cast members. Now, let me tell you guys something. So I'm going to read the portion of the. I want to also here. Let me just put it up here now. This is so damn.
That's a lot though so far.
It's a lot. It's a long time coming. I'm going to get into the details in a minute. And you guys know I'm going to tell you what I think, who it is, and how I feel about it. And that's the one thing, good thing about my YouTube channel is I don't have to say anybody opinions but my own. I'm not paid off by any cast members. I'm not scared of any executives. I say what I want on this channel, and I let everybody else say what they want on this channel. This channel is not paid off by any cast members, and I'm going to tell you like it is. All right.
That's right.
Well, because it's just nonsense. Okay, so I want to read the first page of the letter. So Kimberly is the person that's representing Universal, NBC Universal. It says, "Dear Kimberly," hold on. High Misbehaving Fund says, I always believe Nene Leakes. My problem is celebrated when Bravo and Andy harassed Kenya Moore. They harassed more than Kenya Moore. And she only spoke out once they fired her. She did not speak out once they fired her. This has been I'll explain it. So, but thank you. Yeah, they have been harassing all, with the exception of few African American cast members. That was not a lie, but I'll get into that in a minute. Okay. I just want to read this badass letter. They're not playing. They're not playing. It says, Dear Kimberly, this firm, along with Mark Garagos, represented a significant number of individuals employed by or contracted by Bravo Media, E or CNBC, collectively NBC. Assets owned and controlled by NBC Universal. So they're suing the Universal, which is has all of these companies under their umbrella, but really they're going after Bravo because CNBC does not shoot reality TV shows. Okay, but they left no stone unturned. Okay, like we're holding you all responsible. Okay, specifically our clients are current or former cast members and crew members on some NBC's most lucrative reality TV shows. They're really talking about Bravo. Okay. As you know, NBC has a pattern and practices of grotesque and depraved mistreatment of the reality stars and crew members on whose account is coffers swell. I don't know what COFFERS means, and I'm not going to pretend like I know. When I don't understand something, I'm going to tell you. The individuals have been mentally, physically, and financially victimized by NBC and threatened with ruin should they decide to speak out about their mistreatment. So they're saying a lot of shit's been going on for a long time. Bravo knows about it. NBC Universal knows about it. And they decided to threaten us if we talked about it. As a result, the sword and dark underbelly of NBC's widely consumed reality TV universe has remained under wraps for far too long. What's going on here has been going on for a long, long time. I'm saying it in layman's terms. Hey there, everybody. This is your friendly commercial break to remind you to like this video and subscribe to this channel. You guys, I need you to please take a second to like the video. Thank you so much, Schmoopy. We have to get you guys to like the video. We want as many people as possible to see this video. So anyway, what's been going on has been going on for a long time. Please be advised that the day of reckoning has arrived.
Okay, we here.
I wanted y'all to know, like, I'm not playing with y'all. This shit is about to stop. It's about to stop now. That's how I translate it in my head. The day of reckoning has arrived.
That's what they meant.
Okay. While our investigation is still ongoing, we have a reason to believe that cast members and crew members on NBC reality TV shows have been subjected to disturbing mistreatment by NBC Universal and or its employees, contractors, and third-party affiliates. They suing everybody.
Okay.
I don't care if you're the accountant. If you in the building, they saying, if you did some of this shit on this list, we're suing your ass too. It's so good. It's so good. That includes, but is not limited to, deliberate attempts to manufacture mental instability by plying cast members with alcohol while depriving them of food and sleep. Okay, so let me tell you guys this, and that's all I'm going to read. You could find this letter. Okay, let me be quiet. So if you are a blogger and you want to read the whole thing, because I'm not even caring, go ahead and screen record this. Insane. Insane. They're not playing around. They're also are asking for a list of things that they want turned over to them. I can't go through all of this list, but here's the first three. All documents relating to NBC's policies regarding cast members and or crew members' mental health on its reality TV shows. I don't think there's a clause for that.
Yeah.
It's not.
Wow.
All documents relating to NBC's policies and practices regarding cast members and or crew members' physical health on its reality TV shows. All documents relating to NBC's policies and practices regarding the consumption of alcohol and drugs by cast members and drugs. Wait, hold on. By cast members and or crew members on its reality TV shows. How long is this list? Yeah, it's pretty long. Let me tell you, I'll put this back up in a minute. If you guys want to go line by line, we can. But let me start telling you a little bit of what I think is going on. So I've been watching Bethenny Frankel for the last couple of days or weeks. Her complaining about Bravo, her saying that there is definitely unfair treatment there. We know because she said it. She reached out to several cast members. We know she has teamed up with Nene Leakes. And I feel that Bethenny Frankel, because I asked you guys, I go, what? Why is Bethenny? I have a feeling she's involved. She also said something very, very big is going to happen. Something very, very big. Now, they're not naming names now. I think Bethenny is involved. I think Nene's involved. I think that they got together and said, what? Somebody, maybe Bethenny, somebody got together and said, we could keep individually suing Bravo all we want. Nene, Mariah, so and so. That doesn't have the same effect as if we come together as a group, because we all have complaints. A lot of us have complaints, not everybody. And we need change.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, why would Bethenny Frankel do something like this? She does it for the same reason I do it. I'm a blogger that has a bigger platform than a lot of other bloggers. I say, come on. If y'all want to help, I'll help you get started. Come on. I'm not stingy with my platform whatsoever. I help people get started. It's just something in me. I want to manifest good. I've been that way since period. I talk a lot of shit, but at the end of the day, I love helping people. I really, really do. And I think that's what Bethenny Frankel is doing. Now, her name is not included in the letter, and we don't know who all the participants are in the lawsuit just yet. And we may never know. They might seal the records. And if they do that, that's because they know what's best for them. But it doesn't matter if they seal the records or don't seal the records. At the end of the day, what I want to happen is change at Bravo.
Mm-hmm.
This is a mess. Let me tell you a lot of mistakes that they're making at Bravo, specifically Andy Cohen. I feel that in the beginning, this was his baby. And as it grew, he got more responsibilities. And I think Andy Cohen turned into a bona fide asshole. See, I can say that on my platform.
Yeah.
He became drunk with power. He could make or break whoever he wanted to. He had these women kissing his ass, because that's your boss. You're gonna kiss your boss's ass to a certain extent.
Can we call him a madam? I'm just saying.
Another mistake. So he became drunk with power, and he holds grudges. He has a very bad. He could be nice and easygoing and funny. Let's say that. He has charisma, but Andy Cohen holds on to grudges. And he's petty. He's very, very petty. This sets up a bad environment. Then he made the mistake of becoming friends with some of the cast members. Okay? i.e., I'm not going to name names. You cannot become these women's friends. So being a producer is a very hard job. You have to gain their trust so they could talk to you and you know which storylines to choose. But you're not their personal friend. I think mistakes were made on both sides. I think some of the cast members, I think Nene Leakes and Kandi Burruss is about to get a shock of her life, thought that this man was really their friends. Andy Cohen has no friends. Okay, he favors some more than others because I want to get crazy, but he will turn on you for his business, and that's called good business. You don't blur the lines between friendship and work. And you could very well, I feel, in my opinion, run a successful reality TV show, letting them know the deal. You can talk to me and we'll go over storylines. That's it. I'm not going on vacation with your ass. I'm not covering shit up for your ass. Seriously. Let me see. Right. Love her, hate her, Bethenny Frankel for president. Bethenny Frankel. Respect her, love her bluntness. You know how she doesn't sugarcoat anything. I'd rather deal with a person that's upfront than a sneaking, conniving bitch.
Damn.
I've always said that Nene should have seriously organized others to bring a lawsuit. Okay, well, let me tell you. Okay, you guys let me write this down because I got to say what I got to say. That's why people were making fun of me, the younger generation, because they have a pen and paper, because I'll forget. I'm going to talk about what happened with Nene Leakes in a second. I want to talk about Andy Cohen's mistakes and some of the housewives' mistakes. So when you have some that you consider friends, or you go on vacation with, or you go to parties with, or you're on the phone with all the time, that creates an atmosphere of not everybody's created equal. If this person can call you whenever they feel like it, and this other one can't. Another thing I think that Bravo did as a mistake is honesty. Okay, so when you have to make budget cuts and you got to fire somebody, you don't hide it from the public, and you don't hide it for them. You don't make an excuse. And this is, I'm thinking Nene, because she just did this interview, saying that you're not happy here. That creates hostility. Be upfront with me. And then be upfront with the public. Why are we sugarcoating why we are firing people? I don't get that. So you don't have to deal with the backlash because you've made the mistake of saying you're not in charge of who they hire and who they fire. Right, and we just don't believe that. That's a damn lie. We just don't believe it. So you're creating an atmosphere of hostility. Okay. Let's talk about your treatment of the African-American women on the cast. It's not one cast member that has these complaints. It's all of them at one time, including Kandi Burruss, that came out and said Andy Cohen's not a racist. That's why, and I understand why you're not doing it. I want Nene to drop the receipts. We want those people, those African-American women that didn't support their other African-American sisters, we want to know who you are. Because we could also say who brought the lawsuit. They don't say. They don't name names. But I think it's Bethenny Frankel and some other people. I believe her when she said that things are unfair at Bravo and changes need to be made, from the way you treat the cast members to the money, all of it. Mm-hmm. I don't agree with their firing policy. If I come and tell you I gotta let you go, or I'm gonna phase you out, that does not create animosity. If I know, okay, they're fading me out. If I'm upfront with you and say I gotta cut budgets, I'm gonna go ahead and, because I think Nene said they ordered her 6 episodes, but she's not the only person they've done like that. When they want to fire you, they gave you the shittiest contract known to man. Why can't we just be upfront here and say you cost me too much money? Why I gotta be petty and go to the blogs and talk about your dress and throw shade? Why are they doing this, Perry?
Well, look, I think, like you said earlier, it's an echo coming from mine when I talk. Is your speaker too loud? I don't know. But either way, I think that they do it to save their reputation. They don't want the backlash, like what you said. Like, they're afraid Nene get all these followers. If you come out and say this, people are going to get mad. So they do petty shit to make it seem like this is why we let you go, or you know, in some cases they make it sound like it was your choice to leave or something. You know what I'm saying?
It's absolutely insane. Let's talk about you trying to get the most outrageous things you can get. And I'm going to fill you up with alcohol. Now, anybody in their right mind knows, no, seriously, if I get drunk, I'm going to act a fool. So I better refrain, know my limits. But you have some people, because when those cameras are rolling, you forget that they're rolling after a while.
Yeah, after a few drinks, yeah.
Right. But some of these people have alcohol problems and substance abuse problems. And you're feeding into their addictions. Some people should not be on reality TV shows, point blank, period. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no,
this woman is mentally fragile. But I'm going to bring her on and I'm going to exploit her drug habit. I'm going to exploit it. Now, we don't know they're on drugs. We don't, but they do. Should they be held accountable for that?
Oh yeah, it's like you actually benefit. I mean, like, yeah, they should. It's almost like a lot of people can get a show. They can go out there and get a whole bunch of crackheads, knowing that's their issue, right? Then they can bring them in to the dinner table. They have no macaroni and cheese, no turkey, and the only thing they got is crack. They know these people gonna indulge in this shit, and they gonna act a damn fool, right?
So what?
It's almost like you feeding them something so you can get something out of them. They taking their weakness. They giving them too many drinks or whatever they giving them, right? To get them not mentally really there, right? Amped up, and then they do whatever. That whole letter to me, it seems like, and really, I didn't know all that shit went on. I mean, I just said, well, maybe some of it, but that letter was very disturbing.
Very.
That C word that you couldn't pronounce, I don't know what the hell it means, but in my mind, it's confiscate. They confiscate the panties.
Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
No, I'm saying the whole thing to me, that letter make it overall. It sounds like they just did all these things and created this Bravo orgy. It's almost like this report could have came from T.I. and Taney's house. That's what I think. Look, I mean, when you look at the letter, it seems like something like that.
Hold on, I wrote the wrong one. Kathy Griffin said that Andy Cohen did her wrong. He can't be trusted. He can't be trusted. Andy Cohen can't be trusted because he's the boss. He can't be trusted, but he likes to make friends with some of them. Okay, let's talk about all the sexual things that they talk about on the Housewives. There was a scene where one cast member wanted to put like a vibrator in the women's panties. And I don't get that. How's that funny? How's it joke? They're really, really explicit sometimes with the sex. So first of all, we have an atmosphere of unfair treatment. So these people feel less appreciated, and then you've got the ones that feel like they're on top. You got the ones that want to be appreciated. So if we're having sex on camera, I'm going to film it. I'm going to film what's going on. So when I get to the reunion, because these women are not about storylines these days. They're about who I'm going to drag and who I'm going to call out and who I'm going to argue with. This is an unhealthy environment. Like, why are we even... The sexual topics got to be very, you got to be very, very careful with. Because some people like me, I'm a prude. I don't like talking to my girlfriends about sex. I don't talk to my girlfriends about sex. It's not a joke to me. If you put some shit in my damn underwear, it's just not going down that way. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not putting this vibrator or whatever it is. I don't know, these toys in my damn underwear, and that's other people's husband. No, it's uncomfortable. I tell my boss it's uncomfortable. He doesn't do anything about it. Who's right? Who's wrong? Perry?
Well, at the end of the day, like I said, the boss can try to say, "Oh no, just do it for this episode." At the end of the day, as an adult, you know, it's your choice whether you put it down there or allow them to do it, right? But at the same time, I remember the conversation we had yesterday, and people was like, "Well, people would do anything to keep their job." I get that. You know, some people feel like, "Well, I don't really want to do it, but I want to make sure I need the money. If I don't do it, I feel in fear of losing my job." So I do understand that aspect of it. But at the end of the day, if you didn't want to do it, you got to take the hit. If you lost your job, you lost your job. But you know, so it's one of those things. It's like a personal choice you have to make.
But if I go to my boss and say, "Hey, somebody taped me having sex," to prove a point, you should do something about it.
Yeah, well,
you should do something about it. My boss is my boss. Cast members are the cast members. Friends are friends. Stop blurring the lines here. Okay, let's go on to another thing that drives me crazy about Bravo. You bring on people that have, I don't want to call anyone mentally unstable, that have qualities not favorable to the public. Okay, how's that? So they get the monster salaries and orgasms. No, that's not. You got to be careful with certain subjects, and that's one of them. It's not. I don't like that. But you bring on people with not mental health problems, with that are flawed more than the average. Let's say that. You bring on people that might not like Black people. Okay. You bring on people that have a reputation, rumors swirling around them about the sex trade. You bring on these people for these storylines, but they don't, their secrets wouldn't, the masses would be appalled. Does that make sense? I hope I'm explaining this. If I know you're a damn racist and I bring you on the show, and my storyline is to expose that you're a racist. And this person is mentally,
I think they bring these people on because they find it entertaining. They find like the drama of it all, finding out somebody's a racist. Or they bring them on, when a person exposed their sex life, sex sells. Let's keep it real. Like that's one of the biggest things. So they bring these people on so they can go at each other like a mixture. Like if you mix gas and fire.
And what they're saying is y'all got to be a little bit more responsible. If these people have these secrets, don't bring on somebody that's racist. That doesn't make, why would you do that? Don't bring on someone that has a severely flawed past in their history with prostitution. I have to be accountable at some point, don't I?
Oh, talking about the network?
Yeah.
Well, I guess they do, but what I'm saying is, like, I think today's society, that they realize they could be more risque with things, because these shows happen all the time. And I'm not saying morally is it right or wrong, but that they trying to put out anything that's going to give them the higher ratings. If it's putting a racist in a room with a whole bunch of Blacks or a whole bunch of racists and with a whole bunch of whites, it don't matter what side.
Right.
Eventually, argument, something gonna come out, and they know regardless. On one side, you may say, "Well, the people that's watching the majority of the show don't want to see the racists," but it's racist people who want to see it. Okay, when you bring the sex in, a lot of churchgoers don't want to see the sex stuff, but it's a lot of people into sex want to see it, so it sells.
Yeah. The more focus on it, it sells. Let's talk about. For me personally, just me personally, this is my opinion. I wonder if I should even say this. The Housewives shows started out as one show. We're just talking about a group of friends that hang together. And then it turned into something different. You start having these housewives that have ulterior motives. I'm just going to say it. Like, some housewives really changed the game and made it really what it is today. I would say Lisa Rinna was one of these housewives. I know. Oh, coffer means strong box, small chest for valuables and cash.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Lisa Rinna, we all want a great storyline. That's good. But she really started making it corrupt because it was on her watch during her season when the guy came out and said, "You hired me to destroy Kathy Hilton." There's storyline, and then there's going too far. I hope I'm explaining, because I don't know the proper word. Like, she really started making the atmosphere there that they're talking about worse.
Toxic, yeah.
Toxic. She made it toxic. With all due respect, I know you keep sending me cease and desist. I have not said your name in a while. I think Diana Jenkins was another person that contributed to the toxicity of the show. And then you guys all know I feel that Kandi Burruss really, really brought toxicity to the show, because you have to remember something. Who I see on the screen is not who they are behind closed doors. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you the worst parts of me.
No. Well,
so you got the public fool, but you did some real shady shit. And you also have been accused of these troll farms and doing whatever you got to do, paying off bloggers. You going too far. Just be yourself. It became less about storyline and more about how they appeared in the public. It became less about storyline and who I'm going to argue with and who I'm going to call out. That show is this damn toxic. If you ask me, this is my opinion. Thank you, Vanessa, for becoming a member. So another thing that really, really bothers me, and Tamar touched on this. So today, Tamar came out, I wish I could play this, and said that Nene Leakes' comment about her being as big as Kim Kardashian is true. And a lot of people say, that's egotistical. How you say something like that? Let me tell you what she means by this. There is a machine behind Kim Kardashian that protects her, promotes her, gets her the money that she needs. I only watch the shows initially to watch the ladies spend their money. No, I can't stand any of them. Okay, thank you, Sharon. That's so funny. There's a machine behind Kim Kardashian. It just is. But Tamar saying she feels like they would never put that machine behind your African American women. Bravo would never do that. As a matter of fact, it's tougher in reality TV for African American women. Let me see if I can play this. What are your thoughts so far about that? Because you've seen the video. I'm trying to put it.
I mean, I think that's right. And I think that is true. Whether people will say she's on Kim Kardashian level, but I think when you get into the basics, they saying Nene would have never got the opportunity that they gave Kim. You see what I'm saying? Like, just in real life, it's not even just on Bravo. And that's just how America is today. Now, some people might get a little small break, but it's very few. But nobody's going to get that same thing as they did for Kim Kardashian. Nene's not going to get that whether she had a bigger name coming in or not.
Nene,
yeah, I'm saying,
and nobody else.
They
do not support.
Right. Okay, people would say this. Oh, Kim Kardashian, they came, her father was a lawyer, all this stuff, and she already had a name, but Nene was just a stripper or whatever. Kim got really famous for getting effed. You know what I'm saying?
Let's listen to their argument for a minute and tell me if you can hear this, Perry.
On this, I feel like a lot of people.
I can.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay, let me start it over.
I stand with Nene on this. I feel like a lot of people are trying to shun her. I feel like the Braxtons should be bigger. There are a lot of Black women in reality television that opened so many doors and had the same opportunities but didn't get the same push.
But wait up, Miss Jason girl. Now, I understand all what you're saying. Now, that's a little delusional, but...
Wow, what is?
Yeah. Okay, girl, Miss Nene, honey, had a lot, and I love her dearly. I love Nene dearly. Nene had a lot of opportunities. She was on Glee. She was on all these different damn shows. No. She on Stars. She had everything.
Yeah, because she had to figure out how to make an income because the pay is not fair.
Hello.
The pay is not fair between Kim Kardashians, the Braxtons, or Atlanta Housewives.
Well, the pay
that's not fair.
The pay not fair, but
we're doing the same thing. Why are we not getting the same price?
Well, okay.
But there's a gang of factors, like the viewership between one show and another show. The fact that, like, on the Kardashians, you could mention all your businesses. The show was about the businesses.
And we couldn't. On WeTV, we could not. We had to pay for it.
So the smoke should be more so with the networks, which it sounds like it is. And you are a big star. People know who Nene Leakes is. People know who Kim Kardashian is.
What she's saying, no, what she's saying
not the same thing.
Without a doubt, these are all valid points, super valid complaints, and the disparity between races and reality TV and the results, they're 100% fact.
Yeah.
I don't think you can discount the biggest video in the world for a few years. I think that's hard to
real
discount
funny.
That.
Y'all real freaking funny. Not when I created Braxton Family Values and Kim Kardashian got the $100 million check. Let's talk about that. So we're not even going to sit here and talk about sex and television, creating TV shows and who deserve what when. It is unfair, point blank, and the period.
Oh, Hollywood is racist, and they will cut you the booty end of the stick, but you got to play a harder game of football.
That's right. Is that what it is? Oh, so you want me to die and come back white?
Well, no.
You can do it while black.
That's not the only way that's going to work.
I stand with Nene.
I agree with Tamar Braxton. They might let one or two African-American women get paid like Kandi Burruss, and I'm going to get to Kandi's ass in a minute. But they're not giving the African-American women on Bravo the same treatment, the same pub, the same breaks that they are giving the white shows. Period.
Right, I agree.
It is no getting around that. So we let Kandi Burruss get a lot of money. But the other don't. Let's talk about Nene Leakes and Kandi Burruss. Same position. When you're at the top and you're African American, why not help the others? Why think about your damn self? People say Nene wasn't helping nobody. She wouldn't have them damn emails if she wasn't helping nobody. She went collectively as a group. They all talked about the racism that was going on at Bravo. Nene speaks up, saying we need a meeting. We need a change. This is before she got fired. So the people are going around saying, well, she waited till she fired. No, that's what you know. You need to drop the receipts, Nene. Stop letting these people that need to be exposed, that was all down saying that Andy Cohen was racist. You are not the only one. Drop the receipts or keep getting the treatment that you're getting. Not only did all came together complaining about Andy Cohen, when it came time to really speak your piece, when Nene came out and started talking about it, y'all all backed away. Kandi not only backs away, Kandi looks out for Kandi.
Right.
She came out and said Andy Cohen's not racist.
Well, I mean, look.
And you know that was a complaint going around with the other women. But Kandi looks out for Kandi.
That's it. Look, I mean, but that's been back through all time. And you're going to have people like Kandi, right? Like, and I think when Nene got fired, and when she got fired, she came out and said this was, they was racist. But I just assumed, well, why didn't you mention it earlier? But now I'm coming to find out it's been times where she had conversations, being one of the highest paid on the show, going to Andy, talking to him about these things, or production or whoever, right? And as a group, she was trying to help the others. But in lifetimes, you're gonna have leaders and then you're gonna have takers, right? And just in my opinion, we can agree or disagree. I just feel like Nene could have done that, but I feel like Kandi gonna come out and only defend hers. It's like a house ninja, you know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't gonna worry about the people out there in the fields.
Right.
She
Kandi worried about Kandi, point blank, period. And I feel that and I can say this because I'm a Black woman. When you find a little success, when you break down some barriers, when you find yourself in a position where you can help the others, do so. I could be right now on my pedestal saying, I'm the number 1 female blogger and not let anybody come up, not help anybody, not answer no question. Me, Sharrell.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. We have to stick together. I also do the same thing for women. You got something you want to say? Come on here and say it. You have a duty to help others instead of worrying about your own selfish ass. It's a lot. So, and why not give a helping hand to people? Let's just take Bethenny Frankel, a rich white woman. She has no reason to help anybody. But if you see something unjust and you're in a position to help, do that. It makes me upset. Gary with the T, shut the hell up. Nene Leakes does not have the same advantages as Kim Kardashian. And neither do you, or you would have picked a different wardrobe. Sitting up there looking like a clown, not supporting your African American sisters.
No.
And I'm not a racist, but I am Black. And I know the Black woman's experience. And it's my duty to say something. I'm not going to sit back with blinders on and act like Black women get the same damn treatment as the white women.
Right.
Period.
I mean, and it's not whether you racist or not. I think at the end of the day, it comes down to you just going through life without blinders on. Okay. Whether white, Puerto Rican, whatever. Everybody know or should know that it's injustice when it comes to color, race. Like the guy that was doing all the talking as a Black man, he gonna get the same thing. Now, do some Blacks get breaks? Yes, they do. So people go, well, what about this one? We talking about as far as the numbers on how they come out. That's how it works. Typically, they get most of the backing or the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nene ain't gonna get that. They gonna find ways to say why she shouldn't get it. On the other side, they gonna find out reasons when it's like that ratings are down. They gonna find out good reasons why they should keep supporting it. You see what I'm saying?
It's time.
It's like that.
I always respect a person that stands up for injustices. I respect Bethenny Frankel. She's a humanitarian, not just with this situation. People that are what do you call, like storm victims, stuff like that. She goes to the country. She helps out. I just don't like other people that can't help. Sharon says, I told you a long time ago, Nene was trying to help these girls. She's been saying it, but I think Nene needs to expose. I feel that Nene feels that, if you ever come across this video, Nene, I'm telling you straight out. And I know it's not about arguing between the other African American girls, but it's about exposing the liars. They're letting you go down. You should let their ass go down. Show the receipts. Show it. Because they don't know, the public doesn't understand. Listen, they're looking at, let me tell you why a lot of people don't like Nene. She's arrogant and she's full of herself. And whatever she did on the show, she pulled a producer. Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's a bigger picture here. Do you still, you're like, she shouldn't stand up for African Americans because she got an ego. The big hit, that makes no sense. You need to drop the receipts, Nene. Those receipts, drop them. Kandi went behind their back. Kandi goes behind everybody's back. She's not a straight shooter, period, if you ask me. My opinions on Kandi Burruss, and I said, these are the reasons I don't like Kandi Burruss. Kandi Burruss is about Kandi Burruss. And if she does for something nice for somebody, like take your ass to Disneyland, she's expecting loyalty in return. She's expecting friendship. She doesn't do anything from the bottom of her heart, and that's it. Like, I'm just going, she's supposed to be, now she's in need, so she wants everybody to like her. I can't with that girl. Anyway, what happened to Kandi Burruss is going to come out in the mix. And you know what, Kandi? You're going to be sitting in the same seat as Nene one day. He is not your friend. Point blank, period.
Well,
and anybody, even the white women, if you make the mistake of not realizing that Andy Cohen is a businessman first, you're going to find yourself up shit creek.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
Businessman. He's looking, and Housewives is his business. This is a business.
Yeah.
There's no friendship in that. It's a lot.
Because Kandi, she'll do this stuff, do favors for you, do all these nice things. It's like with the girl on the show, she's come back. I can't believe you didn't get in the middle of my argument and you stand up for me after I took you to Disneyland. So the only reason you took her to Disneyland to have a hired bodyguard. See, this is what I see of her. For the people who know her personally, you know, and her neighbor, if you see something different, yeah, that's what you see. I'm just saying from what I see in public of her being on the show and the moves she make, that Kandi's out for Kandi. We could say how great of a businesswoman she is. And that's true. If her business is doing good, she's great at it. But we can't overlook her flaws. How petty she is and all these other things.
What made me so upset with Kandi is all of the women, I don't care who they are, said that Andy was racist. All the African Americans were. But Kenya, y'all just took a step back. But what you didn't do was lie and say that's not true. What you didn't do was lie. Linda says, Bravo NBC just rehired 3 of the 6 racists they fired from Vanderpump Rules for a new show, Kristen, Jax, and Brittany's. I don't watch that show anymore. What do you think? Nene had valid points about Bravo, but didn't initially have the right team behind her. She did not, to get her voice heard properly. Well, Nene is not perfect. Nene made mistakes. A lot of mistakes. And I'm not saying that at one point Nene wasn't arrogant. Nene wasn't mean. She was.
Right. That's the difference between Nene fans. People generally that I know that like Nene can say, yeah, Nene was this great personality and all this, but she had flaws. With Kandi, her people only see she's great. She's a queen. They overlook the flaw part. On why she do some of the things. Sometimes just think outside the box. Why so many men? Why you out there leasing them? You know what I'm saying? You know.
Let's talk about some of the problems that the white housewives have. Okay, because we talked about blacks. Let's talk about the white housewives that they have. One is they feel that they have to act a certain way to get the ratings up. Okay. But the problem with that is if you put on, and you could blame alcohol or whatever, when you leave the housewives, that reputation goes with you. So if I'm going to, let's just take Tamar Judge. For a reason. If I'm going to give you a good show, and I know that this is going to affect my reputation, you better pay my ass. Pay me. The housewives need to be paid equally. You can't have your favorites bringing in this much and then the other ones bringing in this much. It's an ensemble cast, isn't it? You can't do the show by yourself with one person. It's an ensemble cast. If Bethenny's Frankel saying there's more money out there that you guys can make off of Bravo, they shouldn't be showing your reruns without paying your ass. They pay the other people on TV shows. If you go to scripted show and they go into reruns, you get paid. Pay me what I am supposed to get, because they treat their reality TV talent like this down here.
Yeah.
So one of them fights and one of them gets paid equal, because Kim Kardashian is making not 10 times more. Pay them. You can't expect things out of them for free. Thank you, Jeffrey, for the super chat. Thank you, Carrie, for the super chat. Pay them. There's a lot of effed up shit going over there, going on over there at Bravo. Yeah. And I feel that this lawsuit was necessary because in the end, if you don't do what's right, you self-destruct. You self-destruct. It's a lot going on over there. And let me see something right here. Why didn't Nene hire a personal entertainment lawyer? I think that Nene got in over her head. When you bring the problem that we're all talking about behind closed doors on top of the table, you need support. You can't just spat out your grievances without any footwork. I think she should have. When she went to Lisa Bloom, no disrespect to Lisa Bloom, that was not going to help you. Once you got out there on your own, first of all, it's expensive. That's one thing. I just think she handled it wrong. She probably shouldn't have never put that problem on the table. Nobody else was. Either we're going to stand up as a group, and talk about it publicly. Go ahead.
And that I get to, right? Like, we all went through things in our life and go back and say, well, I wonder if it was a different way to handle the things. I think Nene, when she came out, being Nene, when people said, hey, what happened? She told them exactly how she felt instead of, trying to
get a lawyer before you open your mouth.
Right.
Realizing, hey, I'm not going to be the only one out there, even if you thought they had the support. Like, I think she handled it wrong. I think that whoever's behind this now, I think Bethenny Frankel's involved, but her name's not listed. And these are my opinions. I think there's power in numbers. It's power in numbers.
Well, okay. Now, what if Nene thought this? If I come out here and publicly say this, when she said it, she thought that she'll be helping others and herself too, right?
That's why I say she messed up.
That she thought that people would follow, right? Me and you've been in that situation where we don't stuck our neck out. Everybody's talking about it in the group. Me and you step out there and mention it. You look back, everybody else walk away. That's what I think happened with Nene with the housewives.
Lisa Bloom was not a proper attorney. Let's talk about, it was something else I wanted to talk about before I start taking calls. What time is it? Oh my God, I talked for almost an hour. Yeah. Should I take calls? I can't. Anyway, so there's a lot of stuff going over there in Bravo, but you can't keep ignoring the problem, Bravo. You can't pay a person off or buy a person's silence. I don't know what happened in the Mariah Hawk case. There's, at this point, Bravo, you have to start listening and doing. What good is it for me to come complain to you and you just help the execs cover it up? Everybody needs equal, fair treatment. And if you're making a killing from your franchise, why can't we all? Let's talk about it's time to talk about the things that bother us. It's time to talk about people taping me having sex. That's not right. I don't care if you're on a show or not on a show. It's illegal, isn't it? It's called art porn. Let's just talk about these problems that y'all keep sweeping under the rug. Let's talk about how if Andy Cohen doesn't like you, he tries to bankrupt you, allegedly. Let's talk about these problems.
Yeah.
Because you can't keep ignoring but expecting quality work. Changes need to happen. Change needs to come. I sound like Barack Obama. Change needs to happen. Happy Friday, Sharrell and Perry. Remember when the cast of Friends refused to renew their contracts unless they all received the same pay? It worked. NBC paid each cast member $1 million per episode. They've got to come together.
Right.
There are power in numbers.
Yeah, that's true. It's power in numbers, but it's also in our lifetime, it's a thing called greed. People don't want to make the same thing other people make. So yeah, you might get the lower paid people agree to that, but the people who make it more than that saying no, and they feel like they deserve more. Huh? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
They just feel like they deserve more than the other people for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? They just feel like they deserve more money.
I don't understand your comment, Vanessa. We're talking about Black women standing together, and you say Team Kandi. You must be immature. We're talking about a bigger issue here. I don't care about petty stuff that you see on TV. I'm telling you, they do not pay Black women what they should, and your response is Team Kandi. Girl, please exit the building. This is for an adult conversation. Like, please, the team, you're not in high school. You should be Team Vanessa. Team your damn self. Don't believe what you see on TV, Vanessa. I hate to tell you this, but that stuff is manufactured drama. You got people that I could tell you make up a storyline, and y'all gonna sit there with your dumb asses and believe it. You're not mature enough for the conversation. I'm not doing a show about what team you on. I'm talking about issues that need to be addressed. So if you're not mature enough for the conversation, please exit the building. Like, girl, please, how old are you? You should be infuriated as a Black woman say they're exploiting us. Your response, Team Kandi. Please exit the building. Anybody see her in there, again, block her. Because I ain't got time. We're talking about real problems. We're talking about a real ass lawsuit. And you talking about this 5th grade drama that you want to keep talking about. We're talking about people have real problems over there at Bravo, and they need to be addressed. When they go in the meeting for this lawsuit, no one's going to sit there and say Team Kandi. That is so dumb.
No, I mean, this is what
Are
I
you
think
saying that we shouldn't be paid fairly? What you saying? There's no such thing as racism? What you saying? I cannot take, and sorry, she pushed a button. I can't take an immature mind. I just can't. Are these lawyers going to sit down when they go into this meeting and say Team Kandi? We're talking about issues that are going on. And you are dumb. Because don't believe everything you see on a TV show. Don't believe it. Some people put on for the cameras. Some people straight up lie for the cameras. Some people gotta manipulate for the cameras. We don't know what the truth is. You think you know Kandi. You think you know Nene. You think you know you don't know them. You know their representatives. Anyway,
but overall, like, for real though, I think, like, first I look at it, I would think maybe they should have some kind of pay structure there. Like,
they should.
Maybe the first year housewife make a certain amount, but
across the board, period. So okay, it's fair.
Okay, right, and okay, but I get it. Like, but if the other person's there for a second, they can get a raise. I'm saying still keep it close. You know what I'm saying? But and it's okay to pay a person $2 million if you paying the rest of them 1.8.
You got 58 seconds. Should we just end this now? Because
let's go ahead.
Yeah, let's just end it. All right, you guys, please leave your comment in the comment section. I'm sorry to leave so abruptly, but we have an appointment. Please leave your thoughts in the comments. I will do a follow-up video. On 3, let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.